Hugh, what's another question just to get people thinking?
How can founders transition from being hands-on in every aspect of their startup to becoming strategic leaders?
Systems. You've got to replace yourself, which is really hard, or it can be really hard to do, but you find ways to use systems, automate, and then bring in people that can do the tasks, the manual tasks that you don't need to be doing.
Delegation. But let's nuance this conversation just a little more, Jacob. Okay. Here's what I observe. So one, the founder has to create the strategy, right? Mm-hmm. So they want to be strategic. But then two, the founder in the early stages has to get in there and do the work. Yeah. They have to get in there, founder-led sales, for example. All right. Pick up the phone, send a message out to LinkedIn and start talking to users. You are not going to create a system to delegate that in the beginning. It's not going to happen. But then what I find is founders stay and they say, I have to be overall strategist. So I'm not going to bother myself with all that frontline menial stuff. And then founders get used to it. They say, okay, I'm just going to code. I'm just going to get it done. And then they get their round of funding. They have to hire people and they can't get out of it and they can't go into management. So let's talk about those three phases in the beginning. Figure out the strategy. And then second, just get the work done. Like just stop. And this happens to me all the time. And let me tell you, when I hire someone into my operation, I don't want someone strategic. And I'm going to get everybody mad at me. And people want to come in and they want to do strategy. I want to work on the product and I got opinions and I can help you with this. And I say that time is not now. We'll have moments of that, but I just need you to get the work done, right? Mm-hmm. Because that's what I'm bringing you in for. But then that forces me into the third phase where I have to become strategic. So Jacob, what are your thoughts? Like break down the phases so that people just don't think it's like one answer fits all.
Yeah, no, I thank you for bringing that up. It's, when I first started anchor coaching, I was looking for ways to create systems as a solo founder and trying to automate a whole bunch of stuff and take things off my plate, but I had no clients. So what was the point of me, doing all that stuff? And it was me being too far into the clouds of like, oh, I'm gonna have this perfect system where I don't have to do any of the stuff I don't want to do. The truth is what you shared earlier. What are the two most important tasks at the beginning of your startup? It's working on your product and talking to customers. So who's going to do that? You do. You have to be the one to do that until you get to the point where you have resources and your time is being taken up by too many of these things. Then you can start moving out. So yes, phase one, you got to grind. You got to do it yourself. Phase two is when you start using your systems to remove yourself a little bit. And then I'd say phase three is when you have enough resources and revenue to start hiring a full team to do that work for you.
Systems. I can't say it enough.